Venia today, 1 out of 3. So Franklin comes on. He give up a home run to Drew. He gets Matheny on a fly ball to right. A ground out off the bat of McGuire. And now with 2 out, nobody on, it's Venia. The pitch. Venia almost threw his bat at it as he dropped down a bunt, fouled it, strike 1. See if Venia can start something with 2 out. The pitch. Fouled out of play left side. Strike 2. Outfield playing Venia to hit it the other way. His average at 283. Cardinals have scored 2 in the inning on home runs by Pujols and Drew. The pitch is, wow, just inside. Good pitch from Franklin. Venia was had, but it was called ball 1.
Oh, the building's in the way anyway. Oh, there's
Franklin is ready. So's Venia. The pitch, sidearm delivery, and a foul backing out of play. Lima, 1-0, and Andy Bennis, 0-1 on Easter. Lima off to a good start with an ERA of 2.92. Bennis after that rough one in Denver.
turn the defroster on. Yeah, thanks. Right there. Want me to run it? Yeah. Where's the button at? Is it on?
Yeah, I think it's on.
All right. The ninth position.
Things up on top.
Standby or something.
Oh, so either red, hit the red one on and off, and then that'll make it go switch back and forth.
All right. Yeah.
Does it say record?
Yeah. There we go. The road home. Actually, the road to the studio. Yeah. We're about due for a wiper. There it is.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Well, we're about due for another. Oh, look at that lightning over there. All right. We're storm chasers. We're storm chasers, huh, Dudley? We're about to turn left. See?
Can't read the blinker.
Got the steady cam.
Look at that skyline. Just get that.
Yeah. St. Louis Street here.
Now there's gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's it? Is it going
No,
upstairs?
it was. Now it's back on the porch. Cycle. 100 miles an hour. People. Wow, so a lot of people here.
The Ozarks Pure Rock. Rock this. Now broadcasting worldwide on rockthis.com.
Band's leaving, band's showing up. Cool, it's ready. It's going.
Yeah, I got it going again. Are the other guys not here yet?
It's not. I don't know how we beat them. Maybe they just had to park somewhere. The radio was doing
shot here, Dudley.
Hey, I got you now. Shouldn't have said anything. The dud cam. Hey, sounded great. Sounded great.
Thank you.
Sound great. Now you're on tape.
Oh, really?
It's too funny.
I recorded it. I'm trying to remember. I tried to get them to change their name to PSPRIN. Put the P in front of Springfield, they wouldn't do it. Springfield Psycho. Springfield Psycho. Table rock leg. They're the people related to Cook Rock Rock. Taylor Rock Rock. I like that one. My favorite cattle.
I'm kind of biased because I have to set up really not.
This to be like a play on words of the psychopaths. Paths of the psycho. The psychopath. Psychophant. Psychophant.
Doggone good. If they did a fucking Missouri.
I will not go where there is a psychopath. However, I will go where there is no psychopath.
What a great thing to put
Leave some confusion.
the yellow lady.
There you go, it's on.
50 photographs.
That's what I do.
One
So you videotape him.
that just hit you.
I can't see anything. There we go.
The new Janet Jackson video.
Zoom in and zoom out.
It's like
Zoom in.
it's all
Zoom
it's all
out.
like, it looks like it's
Zoom in.
two-dimensional.
Zoom out.
and for that purpose, it looks really good.
Zoom all about.
But like sometimes you want the purpose of the
You can videotape this
film
conversation
gets
going
more
on right here.
three-dimensional.
Sounds pretty deep.
It's depth of field. So you can play with it.
And you can like zoom, you can get what you want.
It's kind of like herbs versus
It's the drunk
versus
I got this little tick on my ass. Would you help me get it off? It's really itching.
Good night.
I got it at your parents' house.
Round video guys that are videoing this wedding. They do Alan Smith. He's been on occasion. He's got the big new digital cameras. It's beautiful. There.
there's always room,
Where's Jennifer go? You back her?
Oh, maybe. I guess she probably did if she said goodbye.
Oh, nice, Dano. Nice strutting across the stage. Dork.
I did. Well, I grew up. It's been all night.
So the light keeping around with shades, and you have to stop because you can't fix the light.
Thank you. Thank you for do that.
Hey, Rick.
Hello.
What's going on?
Oh, I don't know. Just listen to rock and roll.
Where the hell did Jennifer go?
Don't know. Restroom.
It's so small. And a rack would be so big. You know what I mean?
Where do you think Jennifer went to, Donnie?
The head.
I guess so. Why did Dudley give me this camera? I'm in hell now. I'm trapped with it.
I wish you had.
Shoot some film.
I think it's really, is it really shooting film? I guess it is.
Did you get that?
I heard that. In fact, I think I saw Dudley's underwear line earlier.
Now that it's over. Yeah, we can put it in the mic there. More people do it.
That's it. Oh, there you are.
We shouldn't just do it.
I wondered where you were at. Well, I'm here manning the camera. Here, get her in the light so I can take a picture of you.
I don't want to be in the picture.
There's Jennifer. There's Donnie.
There's Donnie.
There's Dano and Dudley right there. This is Dudley's video camera, by the way.
Oh. Let go.
There's the camera thing at. Let's do some zoom on Donnie. Oh, he's zooming away. Quit it.
Alright, well, see you guys tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Right, we're going to be there, be square, right?
It's out of my hands.
It's out of my, oh, there we go. We're going to be there.
Alright then. See you guys later.
See you later, Jennifer. Be careful. I'll film you going on your way out, Jennifer.
There she goes.
Bye, Jennifer.
It's upstairs, Louis.
There's Dudley. Woo! Woo! Here's Rook. Here's Ron. Oh, I can see Ron's butt.
Ron's got plumber's butt. See the crack of his butt? Or no?
Can I stop this anytime? I'm ready to stop.
Well, I don't know. Just set it down.
Where's
Just set it
Dudley
down there on the table and just let it. Just take whatever pictures it's gonna take.
Where's Dudley at?
He moved. There's
I
Richard and
hope there's no
Kelly.
sand here because Richard's.
There's lots of sound. Yeah, lots of sound. You got
Is
sound.
there sound on here?
Yeah, there's sound on there.
I was gonna say Richard Burton was like. I've never had Richard Burton ever ask me to dance before.
Oh, there you go.
How extremely freakish.
I've been known to dance once or twice in my life.
I've never seen you dance except at the privacy of our own home,
There
Donnie.
you go. Well, that's where it really counts.
I'm surprised you can't.
Oh my god.
What?
I should be filming and laughing at the same time. Nothing. Okay, I was doing the zoom and I zoomed in on Dudley and started laughing like a big ass.
Over there. Get Rick Moore.
No, I started zooming like big time and like on the Donnie and anyway.
I wish I could have. All the time he's got planned to do something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all that time.
Planning to play golf. I'll meet you tomorrow at 7 o'clock, man. 7 o'clock. I'll meet you. I'll pick you
We'll
up.
have breakfast.
We'll have breakfast. Go play golf.
Yeah. I mean, like the Mac.
Hey Lou, we got to give Rick and Mike Rahill a CD because they sang on it.
To do what?
We got to give them a CD because they sang on it.
Hey, don't I get a CD because I clapped hands on it? Oh, okay. I don't count. Okay, never mind. I clapped.
Am I going to get a CD?
Yeah, at some point whenever we get down to the studio.
I don't have no more sprung ones. I gotta get some more from them.
Oh, okay.
I'll get you one, Ricky, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, what about me, Donnie? I clapped.
You've already had your recompense.
Morel t-shirts.
I don't know. Let me get one.
My dad.
I know there was Morel t-shirts.
I want a t-shirt, don't you, Chris?
My dad was
Were there t-shirts? I didn't know there were one any.
We should make some Morel jock straps or something.
Ooh, I'd wear one of those.
Morels down the front would be great.
I'm getting the price on whistles.
Oh, I always wanted to do that. Get a whole room full of people blowing.
Hey, folks, we've been asked to not blow the whistle. Bartenders don't like it, so please don't blow the whistle.
Remember, suggested 3 different notes. That way it'd be like a chord when they all whistle.
Yeah, you
That's
take care of
Dudley.
that there.
Get Dudley over here, Donnie, so I can just stop this, what I'm doing.
Barn.
Donnie, get Dudley over here so I can stop whatever the hell I'm doing.
Get over here and turn this
Rick
off.
have a gig tonight or something? Do you have another gig somewhere?
Who?
Stop this while I can, please let me stop what I'm doing. Oh my God, I'm worn out.
Alright, she's good.
Let me stop, let me stop.
See the damage done. No damage done. Everything's still okay.
She's on camera. She's
I'm on
flipping
camera.
her hair.
Well, I don't know, Daniel, I caught you on camera, so you flipping
These
your
things
hair.
are
Your
obnoxious.
hair is at least as long as mine.
I've got metal hair and I need to do something about it. I don't want to have metal hair anymore.
Oh, wait, I did that and I got static. Oh my God.
I know.
Help me.
Get a picture of the blade on that
What?
ceiling fan.
Ooh, that's
Serious
symbolic.
damage right there.
Yeah, just like you said.
Ooh, here's what I need is this. You always see this in a movie.
Well,
do?
Oh yeah, it's like it's symbolic of something. I don't know what, but you always see just the straight overhead shot like that. Maybe.
Reminds me of my years in the war. When I was in the Air Force.
Time is passing by. It's a helicopter. So, you know, I don't know. It could be all sorts of symbolism.
Somehow I'm transported back to Nam.
Usually it's the passage of time, though. Some kind of deal like that.
These metal tile things are great though.
Yeah, those are neat.
Because they're getting fucked up.
They're brass. Are they actually made out of metal?
I think so. You can buy them now. They're like cardboard. Of course, nothing's made with this shit anymore.
Let's just pack up and go home.
Okay.
You guys gonna go home together tonight? Will it be like our house or?
What?
I'm gonna come over and play with Quasi again.
Quasi loves you, Dad.
Oh, Quasi.
He loves you. He loves you. He loves you. He's like, Quasi. Right. Stop looking. How much you guys use?
I don't know. Hey, Lou.
They would like, well, you know, in old Springfield, I used to work on it. Like, there were guys that, you know, I heard them talk old timers, like an old fireman and an old engineer. Would like run 97 between Springfield and Spartanburg and get there in 3 hours and 19 minutes. Say, by the time we did that back in April of like 51, you know what I mean? Like, shit, they'll talk about that stuff, man. It's like, yeah, I was loading the whole damn time, you know. They give you the keep a full head of steam is the deal. You got firemen is like, I know how to feed that stoker, pull that vent open and let this coal burn in there so that it keeps that boiler burning all the time and release the water into the boiler from the fucking tank car and keep a full head of steam the whole time that you're going. So it's not somebody just chuffing like a motherfucker going up a mountain, then backing off going down a damn hill. You know what I mean? And shit like that. Those guys like, that was an art form.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think I've ever seen a damn diesel, a mechanical diesel.
Well, this is
Well, but you know, you could have a flywheel thing. I think
back in the 30s.
I think maybe I've seen some stuff that went juff. Big single stroke or 2 or 3 cylinder diesel engines that were maybe like big as that truck right there. Big as this van, Donnie?
Yeah, just huge.
And the pistons go up there and they go boom, boom, boom. So they had a real long stroke, slow thing, and a big ass flywheel on the side. Remember that?
No, I don't know. I'm just going for this one program I saw.
You can maybe transmit that energy into some kind of other. You still need some kind of clutch. But it was high maintenance. The diesels they buy, you buy a new diesel train, it starts up. They don't shut it down unless they're overhauling it. You know what I'm talking about? After they run. It takes a lot of electricity to turn those wheels, doesn't it? That's why electrician on the railroad is a big ass job.
Some of these brick houses are kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, that's some great
And wire
houses.
was that big. And just big old coils. You know, like a windings of a.
Yeah.
It's like an alternator or a generator.
Yeah.
The reverse of that. I had a car when I was in high school called a Maico. M-A-I-C-O. It's made in Germany. It's 3-cylinder, 2-cycle engine.
Wow. A 3-cylinder.
Yeah, it was a 2-cycle engine. So you mix the water, you mix the oil with the gas. I got to get over here. God damn it. But the generator and the starter were the same thing.
Oh
yeah.
You turn like this, and the battery would make the starter turn by the belt, and turn the engine over, start it. Then you turn that switch, and when the switch went back, it turned into a generator.
There's an old house. Closer you get to the river, the older they get.
Oh, here we go.
See if it's flooding in St. Louis yet.
So, river be up a bitchy. There's the St. Louis skyline. There's the odds.
There's the poor ramshackled old ballpark over there.
Yeah, you gotta tear that thing down and build a nice one.
McDonald's there it is.
Trying
Push.
to buy the arch.
It's funny. They made that one to look real space age. Now they're making the new one to look real old.
They'll probably get it built, won't they?
Probably.
It's already been approved?
Fall us taxpayers pay
No,
for it.
the state is not coming up, not cooperating too much, sounds like. They probably will eventually.
I want my cut.
Poor old hapless Cards are not doing too good while those Cubs reside in first place in the National
Right.
League Central.
Although I think they lost yesterday.
How's Sammy doing? Is he
6 or
hitting a
7.
bunch of home runs?
6 or 7. Not a bunch. Yeah, grand slam.
Buildings are right there. Rooftop. Building's gonna have a semi end up.
It's probably happened already. There's Neuter Corp.
What do they do?
They make neuters.
Where's that?
It's always been there.
Neuters?
When you drove through here, Donnie, this time of year in 1970, the sky would have been brown gray, and you'd have been like, your nose and eyes would have been
Oh,
one.
I remember.
Do you remember that, Rongo?
Oh yeah.
It was stinkier and
That's right. I
grittier.
guess they have made some progress, haven't they? Everybody has.
Not many the Republicans vote for that shit, though. That costs corporations money.
Stockholders,
Fuck them.
CEOs. This just looks like a scene from Vacation. Like National Lampoon Vacation. I can do my best Chevy Chase.
Yeah, that building right below is a good rehearsal building.
Hey, I'll tell you, the rehearsal building is that. What's that building with all that facade shit on the front of it across the street that's for sale? That big, what is the name of that building? That
Janitor supply building.
that's got the rocking horse thing in it.
I don't
Or
know
yeah,
the
is
name
that?
of it. You know which one?
Yeah, I know
building.
which one. It's the old
Man,
building.
that'd be a great one. That's like 45,000 square feet. I wonder what they want for it.
It's the house.
Oh, they want
fire.
600,000.
600, forget that.
It's a good looking building.
Man, if
Under
they
the,
really, if they'd restore the front of that, it'd
Yeah.
be totally cool. I bet that'd cost millions of dollars.
Get that
though.
church right there.
Oh, you can eat
How
chicken.
do you get there? How do you get to it?
Oh, you can
Oh,
eat
is this-
chicken mass.
This is 60. You're okay. All right. Immediate tow zone.
See Chuck anywhere? Man, there's not any way you could get his daughter down to record, is there?
I really rather doubt it. Look at the river's up, boy. Look at it.
She's beautiful.
They've halted party there. See where it's up to on this.
Yeah, certainly isn't flooding.
Hey, cool. I caught the arch right when we were, I don't know how you say it.
Perpendicular.
Right when
or
it just looked like
horizontal.
one big thing sticking up.
I like that.
Yeah.
They used to get out on cruises back in the 40s and 50s. We played on it all the time. What's these places here? You ever been to these?
Ooh, Donnie, I got your head under the arch.
Is this what the whole trip's gonna be like, Dudley?
No, just when we're going through the cities, then I'll chill out.
Always worry about looking my best.
I'm gonna edit these up anyway. Now they got this real cool device you can get where you can do all the chroma key and all that stuff. Let's see if I can get one of those.
How do you even know you got chroma key?
There's East St. Louis. Doesn't look so bad. Yeah. Oh, okay, over here, I get it. Leon.
You know, like I-44 took the place of Route 66, you know, Durango.
Uh-huh.
You know what famous highway Interstate 70 took the place of? 64? No. Route 40.
Oh, yeah.
Flaherty. Right from Washington,
BCE of the CTV network, and Ken West acquisition of several television stations across the country.
All right, so what conditions are they talking about?
The conditions, well, the conditions right now, they really seem to have kind of honed in on this editorial policy, although Ken West...
That's a FedEx Center there, isn't it?
Yeah, man, that must be the
issue a bit. It might be that's going to be the crown jewel of this hearing. Although they're talking about this being a broad-ranging investigation into the impact of media consolidation on the Canadian media system.
So what's their concern with the editorial?
I suppose their concern is that there's going to be too much influence of the television side and on the newspaper side or vice versa. And they would like to see the maintenance of independent editorial voices despite the fact that these newspapers and television stations are now under common ownership. But it's a bit wishful thinking, I think.
Well, I was going to say, how would they ensure such a thing?
Well, I think the model that the CRTC adopted with respect to Quebec or in Quebec sets out a kind of a milestone, I guess. Essentially, that agreement says that each of Quebecor's broadcasting units, for example, TVA and TQS, will not speak to one another, will not share editorial boards, and this also applies to the newspaper holdings. So it's a very strict editorial policy that not only establishes separate editorial boards for each of Quebecor's media properties, but also says they shall not social these media properties.
Then they're asking that CanWest Global keep itself separate from the policies of the National Post and CTV from the Globe and that sort of thing?
That's right. CanWest also has a number of newspapers across the country as well. So they're suggesting that they would like to have these kept in kind of separate editorial silos, if you will, but they're not going anywhere near as far as they went with Quebecor.
And you said you don't talk anyway.
Well, I think what they're going to get is they're going to get an editorial policy that CanWest and CTV have already agreed in the last couple of days to give them that basically says we're going to retain separate editorial divisions for our newspapers, for our television stations. But what they're not going to do is look at the flows and the interactions between these divisions that occur on a daily basis. So, for example, CanWest now has daily sessions between its newspapers and stations where they essentially set the editorial policy for the day, and that's what they're going to cover in each of the newspapers and television stations.
Well, isn't that the whole point of convergence? I mean, if you're not just collecting a bunch of media assets, your whole goal was so that the different media could feed each other.
Absolutely.
And the CRTC said, go ahead and merge, and now it's saying, don't talk to each other?
Something along those lines, yes. So it doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense. But it seems to me that the CRTC is kind of trying to redeem itself through this process. It's trying to establish a little bit of credibility, but in a way that's very, very
And in any case, in terms of the possible fight that the CRTC has, I mean, can it force compliance with its wishes here?
It's going to be difficult, I think, if it...
Can it put these conditions on licensing?
It can put some conditions on the television licensing. But, even though I don't agree with Leonard Ashford on this, I think it's going to raise some questions that we don't really want the CRTC inside of these media organizations monitoring whether or not journalists are talking to one another across these organizational divides and so on. So I think it's kind of a bad idea to begin with. It would have been far better had the CRTC done something meaningful last year when these mergers came up.
Such as not approve them?
Perhaps, yes.
Professor Winsek, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Marilyn.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Dwayne Winsek, Associate Professor of Communication at Carleton University. He spoke to us from Ottawa. The CRTC, meanwhile, will announce its license renewal decision in July. Building the Holy Heart of Mary High School was truly a labor of love for the nuns of two Newfoundland religious orders. The sisters scrimped and saved for decades to pay off the school's mortgage. And when the provincial government took control of education and took possession of their school back in 1998, the sisters expected something in return. So, this week, the two orders of nurses filed to claim for compensation. Sister Charlotte Fitzpatrick is with the Sisters of Mercy. Sir Elizabeth Lee is with the Sisters of the Presentation. We reached the boat.
Charlotte, tell me about your school. You built it, did you?
Yes, the school was the dream of the two congregations back in the mid-50s. And the two congregations, the Presentation and Mercy, pooled their funds. They took their savings.
Fucking highways.
And took out a bank loan of $2.7 million.
Steady thing, Helen.
Built the school and really looked after the initial costs as well of the school. And in addition, over the years, of course, we put personnel into the school and also equipment. And up until 1970, we paid off the bank loan for the 20-year period from our salaries, from the salaries of all the sisters of both congregations.
So what happened when the province took it over?
Well, when the province took over fully hard, with the Rural Schools Act of 1998, they confiscated the building. At that time, we had been expecting that we would be approached by government, given the fact that
acres and acres of inventories, car payments as low as $8, $9 a month, interest rates as low as 9% on initial.
And the hijackers are demanding to meet American and British diplomats in Khartoum.
And what do you read into that, Caroline?
Well, there is speculation that maybe they are demanding political asylum, but at the moment the identity of the hijackers is very, very confused. State-run television in Sudan was reporting earlier that they were university students from Addis Ababa, where these student demonstrations took place. But from Ethiopia, we're hearing that they may be training pilots or military aviation pilots, which would explain why they were on that military plane. So confusing at the moment as to the identity of the hijackers themselves.
Confusing. What about the identity of the passengers? A military plane, but with 50 passengers on board.
Again, confusing. What we understand is that there are children and the elderly on board, and the Sudanese authorities have said they're trying to get their release. We think they are families of them aboard that plane.
But there is an ongoing dispute, isn't there, with university students there in Ethiopia?
Just today, however, many of the students that were arrested, but it was civil unrest in Addis Ababa in several years, so people linked to that speculation, as I said, about political asylum at the moment. Very confusing.
I'm Holly, thanks very much for joining us. Q, if there are any further developments. We're now back here in Europe.
Meetings in all friends today, powerful ones, but in a very different role for him.
Ooh, that's a good one.
The Prime Minister is in Paris, lobbying members of government up to and including President Chirac on behalf of refugees. This is, of course, the new UN High Commission for refugees.
Sunset.
Judging by the hardening of attitudes. Just consider the latest pronouncements by the British Secretary Jack Straw. He's called for increased targets for expulsions of failed asylum seekers, new technology to stop or track down illegal ones, and has called for a Europe-wide policy to exclude many categories of refugees. Mr. Lubis has been telling me what he's been saying in Paris.
If the European countries would decide to spend, let's say, 5%, maybe even less, as an investment for finding durable solutions in the regions of the conflicts and to build capacity in terms of checks on refugees in the so-called transit camps, they would have two advantages. Less pressure on the system here and less crime, because there's a lot of human trafficking going on these days. So I think it's also a part of a lack of political intelligence not to fund UNHCR.
What do you think about the idea mooted by the British Home Secretary Jack Straw that there should be an EU-wide definition of a genuine refugee? And what he's talking about is genuine refugees would probably not victims of rape, not victims of killing.
No, I would think that the definition which we use in the convention, persecution, is a good one. And I think that persecution of non-state actors do create real refugees.
Do you feel, though, that political opinion and public opinion is going against your cause?
No, I don't feel so.
Even with all the hysterical headlines you see across Europe about bogus asylum seekers, people asylum shopping, this sort of thing?
Asylum shopping can happen. So that's clear, but it has nothing to do with the definition. So we need €1 with strict definitions, and when people are no refugees, we shouldn't accept them. That's the disposition of UNHCR as well. So that is more a question of good organization than the debate about the definition. Europe has a lot of contact in Central Europe, even UK.
Nice collection there, isn't it?
UK is a favorite.
Nice array.
Never been laws, good institutional capacity, civil services, to do our job in relation to refugees in those countries. Then we will have less
I'm just running out the tape now. Got about 3 minutes left.
It's not that easy, but I have to go over that, certainly not about Guinea and Sierra Leone. I'll be next week in Afghanistan, where you have millions of these refugees will come. And there I will say to the people, listen, I can find a bit more international support for you, but it won't really stop fighting. And I think the more difficult part there will be in the first place to convince the Taliban and the so-called Northern Alliance in the north to give the humanitarians, that's UNHCR, a break to prioritize the Afghan people themselves. Here clearly,
he's a friendly dog, you know.
Having more international money and support for action there is connected to the preparedness of Taliban and to refrain at least for a certain time from violent and military activities.
I was talking to the UN High Commission for Refugees.
Checking out all their tractors. None of them are older than 3 years old. They always lease them.
Business and financial update market.
Yeah.
They turn them over, right?
Right.
Never
figured out it was cheaper. Never own them.
And they never wear out. They're never down.
No downtime. They figured it out cost-wise, and it actually works. Yeah, they got some eggheads there. They're real sharp.
And spending too much money.
They don't go by how many miles you got. They go by how many hours they go. Hours, that's right.
It's weird when you zoom in on somebody moving down the highway. It's like you're moving in slow motion. Because they're all still going, but they're way so far ahead.
You're pulling it back, so you're slowing them down.
It's real weird. Oh yeah, and then when you zoom in or zoom out,
you're pulling that.
Makes you dizzy.
You're slowing yourself down.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like everything slows way down when you zoom way in on it.
You're moving forward, so you're slowing the speed between you.